Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, 11:30 in the morning, January 17th, and we're looking at VeChain right now. I know you're itching to know what's going on, so I'm just going to break it down for you, maybe give you a couple of price predictions, and if I'm wrong, then you can definitely sue me for sure. So let's see what's going on here. This is the daily chart on VeChain. So just to give you a nice overall picture of what happened over the past, this whole time frame right here, right? So since June, end of June 2020 up till now. And that's for all the people that don't like, technical analysis and say, it's not really, it's not the truth, blah, blah. Typically, when you have an ascending triangle, this descending triangle like this, as soon as you have a breakout, where's the price going to go, right? We don't know. So for you to predict where's the price going, you usually take the base, the height of the triangle, and you you draw this. The length of this triangle is the height of this triangle. Sorry, you put that exactly at where your breakout is, and that's what you should be aiming at in terms of the target. And boy, oh boy, that worked. I mean, it's right here, right? So this is exactly where it peaked. So technical analysis does work, guys. It's not the all end. Oh, this is exactly what's happening, but it gives you an idea of what to predict, right? That's exactly what we're doing here. We're not trying to go 100% certainty, but this is usually technical analysis telling you, hey, you know what? 80%, maybe 75% of the time, this is what should happen, and 30% of the time, it doesn't work. So it's all a game of probabilities, like playing poker, right? They're putting millions on the line. That's probably the worst example I can ever give because it's you're gambling at the end of the day with poker. Anyways, forget what I just said. 30% of the time it doesn't work, but 70% of the time it does work, and that's what we saw right here. It actually did work, and we reached all the way up here, and now we're having that retracement, right? So after we broke out, we pumped all the way up to the 0.032, went back all the way down to the 0.019, and now we're kind of range bound in this symmetrical triangle, right? So if we go to the 4 hour, maybe just zoom out a bit, we're seeing clear. This is the a resistance line, 1, 2, 3, 4 contact points. Same thing in the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4 contact points. You can argue that this is it right here, which is fine. I think it's the same thing right now. But VeChain could be actually having another leg up to touch this again, right? But technically speaking, from a technical perspective point of view, this is a symmetrical wedge, they call. And usually with a symmetrical wedge, you are obviously it's not looking symmetrical here, but the fact that it's pointing this way, right, strictly to the horizontal, this way, it's usually telling us that if whatever the price action was from before, if you pumped into that triangle, you're supposed to pump after a breakup outside of it. If you pumped downwards into it, right, if the price was coming in from the top, we're having a downtrend, and then we start going sideways, then at the breakout, we go down. So right now, technically speaking, with VeChain, we are stuck in this symmetrical wedge, and we had a pump. Technically speaking, we pump into it, check it out. What's the height? This way. As soon as we break out, let's say, assuming we do break out, we're looking at somewhere around the 0.040. I could be wrong. Don't take my word for it, but I'm just analyzing things. We could go all the way up here, but right now, if we're seeing what's going to happen here, I expect a lot of volatility. And to be honest with you, recently VeChain has been doing exactly what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing, so that could actually that could skew all these results. I mean, even if you look at this, it looks almost the same as Ethereum. And yeah, so if we're looking at the indicators here, right, at this apex, I don't like looking at indicators that much because it's skewing those results, but let's just give it a quick look and see what it's telling us at least. Not a lot of volume right now on the volume. And if we zoom out, we usually, as soon as we get to levels of low volume, there's always a massive move coming, either to the upside or the downside. Now, the good news is, excuse me, the good news is we are above our 100 and 200 EMA, so this is good. It's bullish. Usually tells us that we could be going back down, but we're not that far away from it, right? So it's not that bad. Yesterday, we suspected a drop here with VeChain. It did drop. This was here. Sorry, yesterday. And now it looks like it did find that support at the 55 EMA. And when we tried to drop, we didn't even really, if we're looking in the MACD here, we did start ticking down, but we didn't really go all the way down, right? We just went maybe for 8 hours, we stayed at a reversed momentum, and then we went back up. But if you're looking at this, we have lower momentum, right? So as we move forward, we're losing momentum as in terms of from the bullish perspective. That was hard for me to say for some reason. So RSI, we're seeing those lower highs on the RSI. This is the red one. The stochastic RSI is probably having another leg up, so we could be breaking out of this, right? This is telling us that, look, in terms of RSI, we are at this resistance line. We're supposed to be going down, but the stochastic is telling me that at this right here, we're actually trying to break out. And if we did break out, right, of this triangle, it's very bullish. So that's good news for VeChain. Now, are we going to break out? Let's just see. Let's look at the 2-hour. There's a 2-hour. 2 hours about to have a crossover. We've been, we tried to go down, but next couple of, I would say, next couple of candles here. So the next 2-hour candles, I would say, so next 4 hours, maybe 6 hours, this could be breaking up. I think it could. And right here, I'm looking at, if we just need to break out of this, I would say, which looks like we are already on very smaller time frames, right? So that's the thing. You see in a bigger time frame, and you try to zoom in on smaller time frames and see what's happening. And the stochastic RSI is trying to go all the way up. So I think we're breaking above here, guys. MACD sticking up. We're gonna have a breakout. We're gonna have a crossover soon. Volume is so low because no one's trying to trade this at the moment. You'll see it spike up as soon as we break out. So what we need to see is this. We need to go up like this. We need to go up like this, come back down, and then fly. Now, how can you predict that? As soon as we break out, how do we know that this is actually a breakout? We need to close above this line and see a lot of volume, significantly higher volume. We need to see something where it's like, okay, something like maybe I would say, so like a nice spike. You need to see a nice spike, relatively speaking, to everything else here, right? So as soon as we break out, we come back down. We have to retest this, and then we shoot up. That's from a technical standpoint. If Ethereum decides to do its own thing, if Bitcoin tries to do its own thing, then forget about this whole technical analysis. It's always Bitcoin just driving this whole market. But recently, we've been seeing altcoins that are doing their own thing, like 1inch, Zilliqa, chainlink, right? Well, Bitcoin is going down. You can tell the money's going to chainlink when people are trying to take their profit from Bitcoin. Everybody's trying to monetize the market and be profitable out of it. So VeChain could eventually do the same thing, right? But who knows? We just try to predict, but we don't take it for granted. That's why you have stop losses, right? That's why you have the concept of a stop loss and risk management and risk to reward, because this is not 100% certain. So let's say we break out of this, guys, or break it out. If we break down below it, right? So if we're here, oh, I was strong with my throat. If we're here, we break above it, I would actually enter. And if you're trying to trade this or swing trade it, I would enter at the breakout. So it goes above whatever it closes at, right? So let's say you have a candle that goes up here. As soon as it closes, let's say on the 1 hour, the 30 minute, I would enter. And I put my stop loss somewhere. I mean, to be honest, it's a lot. It's 70%. I would put my stop loss right below it. This is a risky place still, to be honest. It's a lot. It's so volatile that you're kind of bound to have a higher stop loss. You're risking a lot of your money. So maybe as soon as we break above this right here, right? See this line? As soon as we break above this, if the candle goes here, go here, we break above, sure, we don't get excited yet. But as soon as we break outside of this, that's what you would enter, basically. That's how it should be played. You enter this way, and then if it starts to go back down and it doesn't find support at this line, so maybe you put your stop loss somewhere here, it's a huge stop loss, guys. But I'm pretty sure if we do break above, we're probably going right up. I put the short one. So you enter here. I'll put my stop loss somewhere here, right? Maybe a good 5%, 4%. Because if I see it still trying to come back down here below this, if it starts to go back again below here, then maybe it's a fake out. And then I would aim somewhere here. It's a nice, I would say, 2.2 risk to reward ratio. Something to think of here. But anyways, we are kind of bullish here. We are gaining momentum as we go. On the 1 hour chart, we're seeing that we just had a crossover, which is very good. Every time you have a crossover in 1 hour, let's say for the MACD, we had a crossover on this side. You enter here, boom, it shoots up. How much money would you have made? Good 17%. That's pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, I'll take it. Every time we have a crossover somewhere here, right here, boom, you enter, goes up. Same thing. Every time you had a crossover right here, boom, you enter, same thing, right? Every time crossover from the top, crossed over somewhere here. It's forecasting for us that, hey, we're going down, goes down, boom, falls. Same thing over here. As soon as all the way at the top, crossover, comes back down. So same thing over here, right? Just crossed over either on this side, on the 1 hour, you enter, it goes down. A lot of money to be made. So let's see what happens here, guys. If it breaks above, we're bullish. If it breaks below, we're bearish. And I would say if it breaks below this right here, so if we go down, then we don't, we mess around here and then it breaks below this level, like this, and then keep shooting, then I'd be scared. I wouldn't trade it. So if we go below this, right? So if we're below this, we're breaking down. Go above this, we're breaking up. Don't take my word for it. I just try to help you see the market. I'm like a news reporter here. I'm not telling you to put your money or anything. So this is what it is. Let me know what you think. Please, if you like this, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Join our Discord. You'll see those signals a lot quicker than YouTube. And beware of these scammers in our comments. I've been trying to delete comments all day long, but it's just getting impossible. So if anybody's asking you for money in our comments, don't send them money. Be smart. Yeah, have a good day.